Hey there, fellow mariners. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, episode 94, Sail Forth with Plunder. I might need to dig this out. I am not able to move at the moment. Should be fine. Oh, yeah, totally fine. In fact, it's taken off without me. Alright, we're through that lock. Suez Evergreen? No. And I think the next lock we need to make through just froze over. I'm already soaking wet, so it doesn't really matter if I get more wet. So I believe it was through here. Because, yeah, I don't see any other path forward. I hope that's enough ice. Oh, maybe? Alright, we should be free and in the open ocean, which will be smooth sailing all the way back unless I get hypothermic. Current body temperature is okay, so I'm not super worried about hypothermia at the moment. And there's some islands to stop on if I need to set fires. It's going to be a minute though. It is pretty far. I am done with the RA and heading back home. Yep, priorities above my head. Should I make a quick fire before getting too far from land? I probably won't need it. I did pick up a whole bunch of more insulation items. So I have 1 degree Celsius here, a tenth. That's it? Yeah, I think that's it. So 1.2 Celsius protected. I mean, my body temperature is dropping, but I think I'm going to dry off before it gets bad. Plus, if it really does get bad, I can take the 50 dirt I have, swim to the bottom of whatever this ocean is, and stack a nerd pole up to you know, above sea level. In case of an emergency, it's not a big deal. Do I plan on repairing the new clothing? Maybe. I'm not sure. It's pretty low priority because it wouldn't keep me all that much warmer. Plus, it's March 2nd, so the seasonal temperature is only ever going up. So I'm not too worried about that. Oh, you know what? My pies should be stored. Now I think about that. Okay. Alright, they're keeping for a little bit longer. What would it take to repair? Linen? Probably 4 sheets of linen for the 2 items. I don't know about the snow goggles. Probably linen, though. Yeah, linen repairs 50%, and they probably need... It's 20% and 10%, so they'd probably need 3 or 4 linen. I mean, it's affordable. It's just... It's not going to affect temperatures all that much, which is why I wouldn't really bother. because it's not a big deal either way. Okay. I'm just filling my inventory, so once I make landfall, I can empty my stuff out quick. So maybe this time around, what I'll do is I'll park where my wharf was. Here. I believe that's where my boat launch was, roughly. I'll find it exactly once I'm closer. Meaning I'm going to sail around the coast. So it'll take a little bit longer, but I'll be way closer to home, and it's going to be way easier to run stuff back and forth. Rather than making landfall up here, which is... because there's a bunch of mountains in this area that are harder to traverse. And once I bring everything home, I'll head out to the treasure hunter trader to let him know that I went to the archive that he said was too dangerous. But like, dangerous for you, not for me. Man, look at how marked up my map is. Oh my god. As it should be. Bet he never considered just making some armor? Yeah, he's a treasure hunter trader. He's not an armor smith. Makes sense that he wouldn't consider that. This lake looks like a meteor strike. Crater Lake right here. That's kind of cool. So if I want to sail home, I need to be aiming for... come on, minimap. Here-ish. Okay. So I'm changing the trajectory a little bit. Seeing someone play this for the first time, it's a little overwhelming. Yeah, well, these marks, more or less, are either ores that I've found or animals that I've interacted with. So it's like, I found lead here. I found lead. I found coal. I found copper. I found blue clay. I found red clay. Marking it down for future reference so that I could find my way back. And then, you know, I have markers for the homes. So here's where my forge is. Here's where my home is. The home is really a farm, and the forge is really my home. They kind of flip-flop. And then here's some, like, random berries. Like, these berry markers I could get rid of. I really don't need them anymore. So I could just delete them. Where I've found bees. Where I've found hogs and deer. And so that I can go back and, you know, if I'm like, oh, man, I need leather. Where am I going to find leather? I can just say, oh, well, there's deer here. There's boars here. You know, so on and so forth. So it's just building up map knowledge, essentially. So it looks overwhelming. And then you have the other types of markers, which is prospecting markers. Which is where you've taken your prospecting pick and prospected what materials you might find there. So, like, iron is here, and copper is here. Possibly. I mean, it's a chance. Copper. Tin. This is definitely overwhelming if you were trying to interpret all these marked locations all at once, but they're the accumulation of, like, 60 hours of playtime. And then these are really important, which is where the traders are. So the treasure trader is my next point of destination once I have my sailboat emptied out of all of its cargo. Oh, I am. No, I'm heading in the right direction. So what island is that? That's, I think, the bauxite area, maybe? The map looks really cool. I like the sort of like minimalistic silhouette. That's neat. Yeah, prospecting as you go definitely helps for the future. So if I turn off my waypoints, as you can see, almost everywhere around my home, I've also prospected. Building up map knowledge so that I can say, hey, where have I found ilmenite? If I wanted ilmenite, I could go here. Where have I found... I guess the next one would be chromite. I have not found any decent chromite spots. Chromite would be like the late game material for high quality stuff. Gold. Or materials for nickel, which I've never found. Borax, which apparently I've never prospected for, but I've found it all the same. Sulfur, so on and so forth. Alright, we're getting pretty close to the coast. The home coast. Is there an overarching narrative? Yes. It's both a sandbox and an overarching narrative. So the Resonance Archive that I just cleared is part of the story of the game, but you don't need to do the Resonance Archive to play the game. You don't need to do any of the story to play the game. It's completely full featured survival game with none of the story included. Oh, man. Why have I had my lantern in the wrong hand this whole time? Dumb. Very dumb. Cheers. I could take the armor off too. So the armor is raising my hunger rate, but I have a lot more food that's going to expire before I get hungry, I think. So while you're right, I'm just going to leave it on anyway. I'm definitely going to leave it on until I have a new spawn point at my base. Because I don't want to go back to the archive if I die. That'd be pretty awful. What is the pink home here? Oh, old home, unpin. What is the red question marks? I don't even remember making that mark. Whatever, I'll delete it. It's probably animals. How about I get back across the ocean? If I died and spawned back the Resonance Archive. I mentioned this before, but I would just try to die 19 more times. The spawn points that you said only last 20 times? Well, it's variable depending on your server settings, but for me it's 20 times total. So if I did die and accidentally go to the Resonance Archive, it's going to be faster for me to die 19 more times to spawn back on my main continent than it would be for me to like try to swim or something. Because that swimming distance is ridiculous, even if I had a raft. Oh, the red question marks was near the Locust Caves? Okay. I thought the Locust Caves... No, you might have been right. But I don't need more locusts. I brought a bunch of metal bits back with me, too. Which is nice. So we're almost there. Just got to sail around this peninsula and then into the bay. What are all those recording cylinders? They are... I could have shoved them in the resonator, but they're recorded stuff. They're think of them as like cassette tapes or CDs or something. Come on, map, load. They're music discs. Yeah, Minecraft has music discs, right? So now I'm aiming for like the cyan dot. Cyan dot. It is -11. Body temp is low, but it will probably hold up for me to get all the way home. I don't think I'm gonna die in transit or anything. But I am definitely chilly. If I needed to make landfall for a quick campfire, it'd be easy though. I actually don't have a resonator device at home, but probably the traders around me do. A lot of traders will have resonators with them. It's sort of like a phonograph cylinder, yeah. I think that was the inspiration for it. Body temp is getting kind of low. I might need to make a fire pit stop if it keeps dropping. I've got firewood on me and my knife and torches, so it'd be very doable if I have to. Might make more sense to have a fire pit where I'm making landfall. I think I already have a fire pit over by the shipyard, so I wouldn't need to make a new one. Because at like 34, you start losing health. You start icing up. Well, we're almost there. Feel like a Viking with a boat full of spoils. There, now I'm more Viking-like. Ha ha ha! With a shield and a fox. That's about as Viking as you get in this game. I guess a axe would be closer, but axes don't make for good weapons in this game. Listen to all that wind. Yeah, body temperature 34. I'm definitely hypothermic now. Good news is I was able to cross the giant ocean before dropping my body temp. Could be a lot worse. And we should be looking for the, like, wharf we made. It was very crude. Hey, Garen Fraggles, thank you for the resubs. Both of you. So this is like Dartmount here is, I believe, where our wharf is. Roughly. Right? I think I built some up with packed dirt. Where is it? I shouldn't have deleted the marker. Maybe it's just beyond the dirt. I don't think it froze over. Like, I did some digging, so It should be visible. I mean, I can park it anywhere. Worse. Oh, yeah, right here, right here. I see the rollers. I'm already hypothermic, so I don't really care if I get a little colder. And I'll put a campfire down here. Alright, body temp, it's warming up. Once the immediate hypothermia goes away, I'm going to park the boat a little bit better. My inventory is pretty much full up so that we can deposit everything back at base easy. Oh, right. I tried to get the... There we go. Did it freeze up again? Oh, really? As I'm parking, this ice formed. Are you kidding me? Troll ice. Okay, now let's warm up again. Actually, my body temp's not bad. Do I need a boathouse? I could build a boathouse. It'd have to be like way out deep in the ocean. I use it so infrequently, I'm not like overly concerned though. Alright, so let's start depositing stuff back at base. We'll see if I need the boat more or not. If I'm continually using it, a proper boathouse might make sense. But if I'm not having to continually use it, I won't care too much. Marker? Sure. I think it was there. Too bad I can't use it for fishing? I know. The fact that there's like salmon in the game, but there's not fishing yet? It's like, damn you, got a fishing? Well, not really. The joke is, of course, in every game I ever play, I don't like fishing. Which isn't true. There's a few games that I haven't mind fishing mechanics. But most of the time, I don't particularly care for it. Nothing in my current inventory belongs in here, in my farm area, so let's bring it all back up to the top of the base. There should be tuna out in the ocean? Yeah, or something. Some sort of, like, larger sea life, rather than, like, microscopic pink salmon. That's so weird. The fog changing the colors. Candles and wax. Done. Healing. Yes, yes, yes. Fibers for parchment. Also put the hay bed in there too. Boat parts. None. Soil. None. Monster loot, bunch of gears. Speaking of gears. Done. Using up one of the gears to set a spawn point. The iron plates I have, I'll put up here. There. That'll work. Tuning cylinder and the mechanisms. Torch holder. Right there. Why not? Arrows. In weapons? Don't I have a weapons box? No, I guess I really don't. I have iron arrow, meteoric iron arrows there, but these are iron arrows. So maybe in clothing, although it makes no sense. Blasting powder in... Candles and wax. Things that burn and explode. A bunch of my spare spears, I'll just hang. Oh, can I not? That's a bit of a problem. There's one. Yeah, I don't really know where to put the... I could put them on there, but that's just a weird spot for it. Huh. I could put another shelf, or a rack there. Maybe that's what I'll do. So it's 6 sticks. Because I don't need to carry all my bronze spears with me. I also don't need the firewood on me. This firewood probably should go into the kitchen, though. And I don't have any food in the base at the moment. So let's bring these firewood down to the kitchen and eat something, because I'm starving. Speaking of eating, I did just take off the armor so that I can move around faster and eat less. Ambient temp, 2 degrees Celsius, not bad. That's pretty rotten. I'm just gonna have some turnips, just to temporarily satiate my hunger. I'll eat more proper food back at the boat. For now, I'm gonna drop my armor off in here, just so that I have empty inventory to be able to move stuff from the boat to the base. So, if I forget where my steel inventory is, it's in my kitchen. Home sweet home. Yeah, spring's coming. It's March 2nd in game, and I mean it's about freezing out. Which actually makes traversing back to the boat a little sketchier, because of all the lake might be thawing. Yeah, there's obviously thawed parts now that I'm pretty sure used to be frozen. Alright, on this run, we'll grab a bunch of the food. I don't want to necessarily, I'm going to leave alone, like, most of the stuff that's in this boat in terms of storage. I'm not going to, like, remove the storage items or anything. So we'll bring all this food over to the kitchen and drop it all off so it don't spoil. It's spoil timer. 5 hours? Oof, that's rough. Gotta build up a hell of an appetite. Have ourselves a feast, because everything's about to spoil. Oh, we have some mature crops. Yep. Nice. All right. 18 hours, 17 hours, 18 days, 7 days, 17 days. All right. We managed to keep a lot of it from spoiling, but not all of it. Some of it will still rot. Putting the meat crocks back. So, fresh for 165 days. I think that will be just fine. A bowl of rotten food. Let's get rid of the rot. I thought that worked. Oh. Oh, it did. That was weird. Okay, so now we have an empty bowl. And nothing else. Actually, let's put the salt here, I guess. And then drop everything off that I have on me and make another trip or two back to the boat. So technically, my priority would be unpack the boat, but I'm not going to bother updating it. Jonas parts. You know, I could put the temple gears into the Jonas parts. It's not exactly true, but it's close enough. Sort of true. A lot of metal scrap. Lime. Put upstairs with the ore blasting bomb. So I have lots of lime now, which is cool. The vessel. I'll put in here for now. And the tuning cylinders can go into mechanisms. There's a lot of mechanisms here that I could probably dump. But I have 3 tuning cylinders that I could start using. I was very happy to find all the candles that I found, because now I have 23 candles, which is like, yep, not gonna need more than that. Okay, good for another run. Hopefully I'll be able to fit everything this run. It's too bad there isn't like a nice river all the way out to the ocean or something. Because there's not any good mountains near the water. So there's nowhere I would have wanted to base out this way, I don't think. There's some mountains. I could have done it. I just wasn't thinking that far ahead. With how infrequently I have to run out to the boat, it's not enough of a problem to relocate or anything like that, though. I should build a river? I mean, I could. I just don't. The way my mind works is if it takes, like, let's say 5 hours and doesn't save me 5 hours, then it's a net negative. That's how I always come down to calculating things. So in this case, I don't think that would be a net positive for me. It'd be a net negative. Oh wow, there's a lot more stuff than I thought there'd be. Cool. So there's just one more trip. I've almost looted everything. When it comes to building lampposts, lamps are not... Now that I have all those candles, they're a little bit easier to make. But, I guess I have all those iron plates that I eluded from the Resonance Archive. Normally, lamps are kind of annoying to make because it requires a considerable amount of metal, which needs to be formed into plates, which you can do, but it's time-consuming. But with the 6 plates that I got, it's a possibility, I suppose. It's also a possibility that I save those for a beehive kiln if there's enough will for me to continue playing this beyond this stream. I could consider making a beehive kiln. Let's see here. I've got books. Jonas parts. I'll put the metal bits in with Jonas parts too. Fibers. Bunch of ingots. There we go. Oh, ingots are a different box. I should label these. And I'm going to put the diamond and the amethyst in here too. Anthracite and the fuel. That's a really lovely picture. There. 2 wolves howling in the forest. I like it. I do have the glider schematic. So the glider schematic, the glider is made with 2 plain cloth, sticks, gears, and leather to make a glider, which allows you to fly a bit. So maybe when I'm heading back to my my boat, I'll make a glider to glide there. The elk medallion I'll put in here. Some of my old worn clothing I'm just gonna throw out because, like, it's taking up space. It's not very valuable stuff, so I don't really care. I'll bring the rot down to the kitchen. Okay. Yeah, let's make a glider. So with the schematic, I'm going to do 2 plain cloth, which is a linen square. 1, 2. There we go. I need 2 gears and 1 leather. I thought my gears were in here. Where did I move the gears? I'm like organized, but I'm not. Oh, and the Jonas parts? Yes, yes, yes. I feel like... Oh, maybe I haven't moved all the gears over. Alright. Glider. What am I missing? Sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Leather. 1, 2. Schematic. Cloth. And gears. So now that I have the glider, I need to, if I want to use it, give up a backpack slot. So the schematic didn't get consumed. I'll put it there. I'm kind of running out of space. So if I take out a leather backpack and put in a glider, I still have a little bit of storage left. And the way this works is... Oh, let's read the schematic again. Nope, not like that. Glider is worn on the back. In place of backpack, to deploy the glider, hit the jump key while falling. Jump is spacebar, so we can start gliding around. So let's head back to our kitchen. Whee! That's a bit faster. I am definitely going to die a lot more now I have a glider than I ever did before. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch February 20th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.